Hey, this is Subramaniam Shankaran. The most important part of the AI LC or AIML is the data provenance. Okay, from the security perspective, from the privacy perspective, is very important. Otherwise, it's like we are trying to do something which is going to be which is going to lead to a penalty at later point of time. So data provenance, data linkability, data auditability, all these things, okay, means the same. And we need to know whether we are really authorized to get the data, okay, and are we getting the data in a legal way? Is what exactly it is. In my AI officer, okay, the BCIA certified chief AI officer classes, I always speak about fate of a CIO. Okay, the fairness, accountability, transparency, and explainability. Okay, of CIO. Now, if you look at the fairness, when we are getting the data, okay, to be used as a part of the model development, were we fair enough to get it? Okay, did we get it legally? Okay, if you look at the trustworthy AI, as in seven verticals and three horizontals, okay, the transparency, okay, and accountability, and the underlying three horizontal. One of them is lawful AI. Did we get the data legally to be trained? Okay, to train the model, to train the model, or did we see? It's our responsibility also. Even in fact, in our AI governance auditor certification, we discuss about this. If you are not going to take care of the data that has been fed on to the AILC side, the data ingestion phase, and then the inference phase, we are going to face a legal lawsuit. Okay. In this video, we are going to have a look at what exactly happened between Anthropic and the authors. Okay, and why did the huge penalty was slapped on the Anthropic. Okay. Right. Let's look at this. So as of today, in US, the judge officially approved 1.5 billion settlement. You know what? Until today, whenever I look at the GDPR penalties, I was looking at 1.2 billion. Okay, as a largest penalty that was till date. Okay, that has been slapped for GDPR. But this 1.5 billion. Okay, taking it more for an AI. Okay, settlement between the Anthropic AI company, Anthropic, and the group of others. So the problem. Authors sued Anthropic, the maker of AI chatbots Cloud Air, because the company used their books to train the AI. The problem is not that. Problem is not using the books, but did we get the books lawfully? Did we get the books fairly? Where the fair means, did we use it? The fair use. Okay, we always say about the fair use policies in cybersecurity, right? Did we get the books legitimately? Is what the question is. Now, the Anthropic got these books okay, illegally, okay, from the pirate illegal websites, okay, so it's like in piracy. The ruling, the Anthropy agreed to pay 1.5 billion to resolve the lawsuit, which is largest copyright infringement settlement in the U.S. history. Payout authors and the publishers involved in the lawsuits are set to receive 3,000 US dollars each for the books. Okay, so there is a compensation that is given. The fair use win. Okay, ideally, you should have been taking a consent from the authors. Okay, to use their books for the model training. Okay, this is something which was missing here, which led to this particular problem. Piracy law. The company lost on specific point how they obtained their books because they downloaded them from the illegal websites. Okay, so that's where the actual problem is. They download from the illegal website. Now, when the law says it's fair enough to use the books to train your model, the problem is not there. The problem is did we get the did we get the books lawfully? So the data provenance, okay, there was actually a problem. So if you're going to make see the finally the stance on the model is something which is inherited from various things, right? So if the source of the data that we are actually going to get, see, algorithm should be from a legitimate source. Okay, we had a different problem for algorithm. Okay, there are people who are trying to who are using this knowledge distillation methods to get an algorithm. Okay, from a third party algorithm, and they're trying to have a backdoor and sell it illegitimately, illegally. Okay, illegally. Now, algorithm should be obtained by fair means. Data should be obtained by fair means. Okay, there should be a fairness in every aspect of the AILC. Only then the output is going to be fair enough. Otherwise, it might lead to a situation where the producer need to pay a penalty, like what's happening now. So the fair use and the piracy, like what it means for the AI companies, the warning. If they continue to obtain the data by illegal means or unfair means and continue to train the model, that way they might have to face a legal suit. That's number one for the authors. It provides a payout for the past unauthorized use and set a precedent that they have rights when their work is taken without the permission. So tomorrow, as an author, if you're going to look at a model responding with the content from the book that you have actually authored, okay, you can take the producer for a legal suite. Okay. Now, where did we go wrong? Failure of the data supply chain oversight. Okay, the company, very huge organization, tremendously powerful. Okay, wonderful product is what they have actually brought in. But the problem is in this particular situation, there was an oversight. They did not pay an attention to from where the books have been obtained to train the model to respond. Okay, to training. Okay, where did we go wrong? The data provenance. They were not able to prove that the books that were used for training the model was something which they bought in legally. Okay, so they were not able to prove it. And a risk assessment gap. Okay, so before on the data ingestion stage, okay, the guy should have checked whether this data that we are going to feed to the inference stage, or training, testing, and validation, did we get it through a legitimate means? Okay, so that gate is actually missing, and the company also overlooked that particular risk, data provenance risk. What should have been done? The data licensing and audit before the training. Before the data ingestion stage, you should have checked do you have authority to use the data, and did we get it from the legitimate means? Okay. Then the robust data pedigree tracking. Okay, so you should ideally have what is called the data bill of material. The certification body is they have recently released a template for AI bill of material, and they're soon going to release a template for data bill of material also. So for every single even AI bill of material you can use for the data set primarily to actually get it. Okay, the data passport and all will actually help you in doing this. Okay, the data bill of material. Let's wait for the template to be released. You can use that data bill of material. Okay, to check and validate each and every data set before you are going to take it for the training, testing, and validation, otherwise called as the inference stage. Compliance by design. So we started, okay, because I had been to cyber security for 3 decades. Now we started with security by design, security by default. Then the GDPR became privacy by design, privacy by default. Okay, now it's called governance by design, governance by default. When you say governance by design, we also mean what is called the compliance by design. So when you incorporate governance by design, that means you are following the trustworthy AI practices. Okay, if you want to follow the trustworthy AI practices, the three verticals and seven verticals and three horizontals, most of your problems are resolved. Okay, so data traceability, linkability, provenance, auditability, data lineage, all these things will be taken care. So compliance by design in the data pipelines. So before you even collect the data, so you need to find out whether are we getting the data from the legitimate source. And okay, before this gate. So only after that particular approval, you should be using out of the data ingestion stage and the training, testing, and validation. So executive license governance is not a one-time policy, it's an automated gatekeeper. 1.5 billion for the cost of treating the training data as a technical resource rather than legal asset. See, that's why whenever in the AI officer class we say we need to have an AI governance committee or the center of excellence, we call that as a collaboration, okay, cross collaboration or a squad. It need to have a representation from for representation from various departments, legal, HR, okay, CISO, CDPO, AI officer will anyway be chairing it. It needs to have a representation of all these people. For when you are moving, because it's a very serious problem. When you're moving the data, okay, or when you're moving the data or a model from one stage to other stage, clearly it needs to be moved or it needs to be promoted with a proper change record. Okay, where in the approval list you need to have all these people to get an approval. Okay, only then get on. You should get on next stage. If you look at the MLOps cycle, so we have the data ingestion phase, inference phase, maintenance and monitoring after the deployment, and retraining or retiring. Okay, now we have a six-gate funding policy. Okay, six-gate funding procedure or methodology is what I had put in a video. For each and every gate, you should also verify this one. Unless otherwise, the AI security officer is going to give a go ahead. Unless otherwise, the AI risk officer is going to give a go ahead. Governance officer is going to give a go ahead. AI officer is going to give a go ahead. The finance team should not approve the budget or should not approve the release of the funds for the next stage. We're going to have a strict control like this. Okay, we can avoid this particular problem. I'm not focusing this. We are going to learn the lessons from what has happened with Anthropic so that we don't fall onto the same trap. Okay, so going forward, AI industry must treat data provenance with same rigor as cybersecurity. Okay, Conclusion: Anthropic is paying a huge amount of money because where they got the data is illegal. Okay, contact me for certified chief AI officer on governance, risk, security, and the auditor. You can mail us on training at ieee.org.uk. This is Subramaniam Shankar. Stay connected and tuned for the further videos. Cheers, bye bye.